September 19th, 2002 was the day that Our Films was born, and in 14 years, they've grown from a small group of friends filming to merely pass the time, into a family whose passion for film that cannot be matched. From their first moments to their most recent accomplishments, they're a force that cannot be stopped. They are Our Films Entertainment, and these are their stories, their lives behind the camera. Collaboration is the one thing that Our Films believes in strongly, and without it, they wouldn't have been able to release some of the best films that they've been able to produce to date. And there are plenty of filmmakers out there that Our Films could name off. A few, for example, are Nick Deere, Kyle Mackey, Shane Wheeler, and Kyle Anthony. And while every experience and every film produced with these fine filmmakers has been a great experience, only one stands out from the bunch, and he has collaborated more than anyone with Our Films. His name is Nate Mooty of Quackers Video Productions.
My company's been around for about 5 years now, and I'm the videographer, I'm the photographer, editor, whatever jobs I need to be, I do those jobs. Quackers Video Production does weddings, it does commercials, it does music videos. We've worked on feature films, short films, any video format you can think of, we have worked on. I've been editing for about 5 years now, and my main software choice I'd like to work in is Adobe Premiere. Prior to that, I was working with Final Cut Pro, and I know a little bit of Avid, but Premiere is still my favorite.
In addition to his company, he does a lot of freelancing work on the side. Anything from weddings to short films to music videos, Nate does it all.
I've been freelance editing for about 3 years now, and I really enjoy it. Freelance is tough sometimes. Some days you might be heavy work for a year straight, and some days you might have no work for a couple months. It all depends. But overall, I have a really good time freelancing, and I enjoy it.
But it wasn't until the spring of 2014, while working at his current job at Donor Advertising, where he met someone else with the same passion that he had as well, for film.
I met Nick about 2.5 years ago when I first started at Donor. One of my friends, Chantel, she told me that Nick worked on horror films for fun, and I went over to talk to him and thought it was a really cool idea, so I asked him if I could help him out in his next feature film, and from there on, we've been good friends.
He's coming. We have to make a deal.
What?
A deal and an offer. It's the only way out of here.
Here, the deed to the house. You can have it. Legally, it's recognized by the state.
What authority does the state have over me?
Here. You can have this. It's a meteorite. It's very, very, very rare. There's only 2 like it in the world.
You can have him.
Accept it. You may leave, but never enter again.
The Condemned won 5 awards from the 2014 Motor City Nightmares 48-Hour Horror Film Challenge. Best Writing, Editing, Sound Design, Musical Score, and Cinematography were among the awards won. And without the teamwork and collaboration from the fine people at Deer Street Productions, Slash Proof Productions, Our Films Entertainment, and Quackers Video Productions, the movie wouldn't have been possible. And Nate knows this. He's always appreciative of the hard work that's involved with filmmaking.
When I worked on Condemned, that was my first 40-hour film festival, and I loved it. It was so much fun, and that was the first time I actually saw a makeup artist do an amazing job. Brian did this awesome makeup on Tony's face, and I was really impressed. I was not expecting people to be able to do that much talent in such a short amount of time, and great experience. I met Nick Deere, Nick Brown, Jeremiah, and other people I'm drawing blank on right now, but everyone was a great crew, and it was a ton of fun.
After working on The Condemned, Nate continued to do his own projects through QVP. That was until the fall of 2014, when he was approached by Our Films' Nicholas Barone and Anthony Pollock. The idea was a short film about a mental patient who escapes, only to fall upon a group of unsuspecting friends. The idea sounded great to Nate, but realizing what their vision was, he knew he would have to use his connections to make it happen.
Dr. Walker.
Thank you for having me, Vance, and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Beth is currently right now, she's under my care. She is admitted. She has been with me since July of 1990, and at age 9 she was discovered in the house that her father had built her down in the woods, not far from where your friend Kyle lives now. And there was a lot of things that had happened. For instance, there was a tragedy at the house, and with a lot of these issues that she's had, the locals actually went to confront her father, and the police were called at the same time, and there was a shootout at the house, and her father was killed. I'm not sure if you guys had known that or not,
No,
but
not at all.
she witnessed that. She's got what we call multiple personality disorder.
When I first worked on the movie Cornered, I had a great time. We wanted to do a scene inside of a newsroom, and since one of my previous jobs, I used to work at this news station, I was able to use my connections to get Cornered to shoot at a new studio, and we shot there, and ended up being the beginning and ending of the movie Cornered, and it turned out very nice.
His next big project came in the winter of 2015, when he once again worked with not only Our Films, but with Kyle Anthony's Burning Eden Entertainment, on a short film called #1 Bestseller.
One of the films I worked on was called #1 Bestseller, where I worked with Our Films and also Kyle Anthony from Burning Eden. It was a very cool film. It was a story about a woman who was a writer, and the plot twist was everything she wrote about she actually did in real life. So the story she was writing about, she was talking about killing her husband, and she ended up killing her husband and tearing him to pieces, and a little gruesome, but it was very cool.
Though #1 Bestseller turned out good, Nate was wanting something more. And with 2015 coming to an end, he knew that he wanted to at least crank out one more short. Well, that one short turned into multiple micro shorts as Our Films began production on the 2-sentence horror films. First discovered on Reddit.com, the 2-sentence horror story is a compilation of stories made up by only 2 sentences. Our Films caught wind of this and thought it would be a great opportunity and a great idea to bring them to life. And in addition, they made up a few of their own too. So once pre-production had started, Our Films gave Nate a call.
Phone. Doc, get the phone. Fine. Better be important. Hello?
Hey babe, just wanted to let you know that I'm working the late shift, so I won't be home until the morning. Hello? Babe? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
During the fall of 2015, Our Films and we worked on several 2-sentence horror films. They all have lots of views on YouTube, and it's something that Reddit did where in 2 sentences try to make the scariest story you could think of. And yeah, we chose about 10 films, and we kind of made those into movies. I worked in quite a few of them with the team, and my favorite one was a film that actually I didn't work on, but Nick and the team worked on. It was called Sleep Tight, and it was a story of a girl coming downstairs. There was a monster under her bed, and then there was a big plot twist, and you find out that the girl that's coming downstairs was actually the monster.
Look, tomorrow is a very important day, okay? Please, just get some sleep. I love you. Go to bed.
Can you please check under my bed?
Sure. No problem. Look, there's nothing there.
Daddy, there's a monster on my bed. Is he gone yet?
Another film that our films worked on was called Selfie, which was with Brittany Brown. It was a really interesting idea, and I think our films did a really good job on it. I didn't work on that personally, but I think they did a great job on that film. It's the highest viewed film on YouTube right now. So a couple of the two-sided story films I worked on was called Undisturbed. Hey Bruno, come over here.
Jesus Christ, Todd.
Alright, check this out. Alright, I swear, of all these years I lived here alone, I closed way more doors than I've opened. Check this out. We had some doors slamming shut to make it appear like there was a ghost in the house. And what we ended up doing is we ended up getting like a couple pieces of string and tied to doorknobs and slam them shut. And just kind of make it look like the doors were shutting by themselves. Another film we did.
I swear to God.
And I worked on the special effects for that film, and I think it turned out nice. We were originally trying to do 30 short stories in 30 days. Because we were all working full-time jobs, it's kind of difficult to do that, but we got a good amount done, and I had a lot of fun doing that.
Once Halloween had come and passed, and winter approached, it was safe to say that Nate had a pretty good year as far as short films. And once 2016 arrived, he was ready for more.
I'm sure you have an idea of who I am by now, but if not, allow me to elaborate for you. I've been on this earth for a very long time, so long as to say is when Jesus doubted his faith.
I come bearing many names in my time, but one that stood the test of time: Lucifer, the devil, and the flesh.
Sign the contract if you wish to continue.
So I've worked on a few different projects with our films, including The Third Wheel, #1 bestseller, and The Dead Feed, Inception of Darkness, Condemned, Cornered, and I had a lot of fun with all of them. The movie I had the most amount of fun was probably Deception of Darkness, because we had a tight amount of space, and we had to make this film, make it look like it's a big room. So we had a lot of fun working with the lighting and some camera trickery to make this tiny room look into a big room. And it was the first time I also worked with the C100 camera we used for that film, and it was a very nice camera.
Sign it.
And I'll be safe?
Of course. You will be safe.
When I was working on Deception of Darkness, I thought we worked with a few very, very talented actors. They did a great job. They did the roles, and I was very impressed by them. We had a child actor too, and I think he did a very well job as well.
Wait, that's it?
Pure of heart.
Aaron? 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 Aaron?
Deal's a deal, Peter.
You son of a bitch!
Always read the fine lines, Peter. You see, you already gave your soul to me. I said I needed a pure soul, not one that's already tainted.
By the time Deception of Darkness was complete, Nate in our films was already in the process of writing another short. But this one was different. Different meaning that it was actually something that wasn't within the horror genre that our films has always been used to. It was a project that would be our film's first action film since 2010's Justified Vengeance. Written by Anthony Pollock, back in 2014, the film took what it seemed to be forever to write and get started. With multiple setbacks and casting issues delaying production, it was eventually put on a hold. But by spring of 2016, everything was finally set in stone and ready to be filmed. Starring Anthony Pollock, Jason Lorenz, among many other people, the action film centered around an ex-Marine who was being hunted by his former team after a failed mission that took place 6 months prior.
Hey, you guys hear that?
We've got to do this. We have got to get through this. You got to pull yourself together.
The only thing I'm pulling out of is this group. I'm done.
Shit, we've been compromised. All units, scatter to the wind, scatter to the wind.
Tanner!
What?
We've been compromised, man. Police are on their way. It's fucking over.
About 7 months ago, we started this movie called Blindsided, and it was a movie that took place where kind of a James Bondy movie where I was one of the camera operators for that movie, and I thought it turned out really nice, and I think it's awesome. I think we did a great job. We had a couple of drones. We had 3 cameramen on this film. Jeremiah was actually taking a video of himself during the film, kind of talking about the film, and a whole bunch of our film viewers were kind of commenting, saying this is a cool film, liking, giving comments, and it was the first time we did social interaction while filming the film, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Kristen Peltz just joined. Welcome to the behind the scenes of Blindsided, the short film.
There we go.
Got some motherfuckers fighting over here. Nate.
So we'll do left, right, left for you.
Party people in the house.
Close now, we're up.
Kisses. Oh.
Blindsided was released a week before Christmas and already has gotten some major positive feedback as far as the entertainment value and quality of the final product, which makes our films very happy, of course. And Nate as well, as he continues to make quality features for not only whoever he works with, but for himself too. And it all boils down to life and how you want to spend it. For Nate, his goals in life aren't too far off from any other filmmakers.
I have 2 things that I would like to be either my goal in life. One, either being a big-time director of photography for a film, or to be a editor for a TV show. Either path I take, I'll be totally happy with, and I could do either one. The one thing I would say for anyone who wants to pursue video editing or production is to never give up. I've had my downs, I've had my ups, but in the end, if you just keep trying and keep meeting new people and trying your best, it's going to work out and you're going to find your job.
Nate Mooty, owner of Quackers Video Productions, has been a great partner to our films over the past 2.5 years and will continue to be long as our films continues to produce. But nonetheless, Nate will always do his thing, which is being a great friend, loyal partner to fellow filmmakers, and an exceptional filmmaker.